Ethan existed in shades of gray. A perpetual dusk cloaked his world, dimming the vibrancy of life.
Laughter is a distant memory replaced by a heavy silence that presses upon my chest. Each breath is a labor, a testament to the weight I carry.
He was adrift in an ocean of melancholy, the surface of happiness a distant dream. His room, once a sanctuary, had become his prison.
The walls seemed to close in, suffocating me with their familiarity. The posters that once held my passions now hang limp, mirroring the emptiness within me.
He felt unseen, unheard, a ghost haunting his own life. The nights were worse.
I lie awake, staring into the darkness, the silence amplifying the turmoil within. I'm trapped, ensnared by invisible chains of despair, yearning for a freedom I can't define, a light I can't reach.
He was a prisoner in his own mind, and there seemed to be no escape. Each day bled into the next, an endless cycle of despair.
I yearn for a change, a spark to ignite the embers of hope that I know still flicker deep inside. But the darkness is insidious, seeping into every crevice of my being, threatening to extinguish the last vestiges of light.
Ethan's blood ran cold.
Ethan, don't you recognize the voice, though distorted and laced with an otherworldly echo, held a chilling familiarity. It was his voice, but twisted, corrupted, as if reflected in a funhouse mirror.
Who are you?
The shadow glided closer, stopping just out of reach. The air grew heavy, thick with a palpable sense of dread.
I am you, or rather I am what you fear most.
Ethan recoiled, pressing himself against the headboard. The shadow's words struck a chord deep within him, echoing the fears that gnawed at his soul. He saw in the creature's contorted features a reflection of his own inner turmoil, his self-loathing, his despair. You are the
darkness that comes you.
Its voice was a low growl that vibrated in Ethan's bones. You are the emptiness that you feel. I am the embodiment of your pain. Ethan's room, once a place of refuge, now felt like a battleground. The air crackled with an unseen energy, a palpable tension that pressed down on him like a physical weight. You can't escape me.
Can't escape me.
No, you are not real. This is not happening.
The shadows on the wall danced and writhed, twisting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock Ethan's terror. The room itself felt alive, pulsating with a dark energy that threatened to consume him.
I am a part of you, Ethan. We're bound together.
And the worst part was, he wasn't sure if he wanted to escape. Section 6. The confrontation. Ethan knew he couldn't stay in this room, in this nightmare, any longer. He had to confront the shadow, this embodiment of his fear, or be consumed by it. He pushed himself off the bed, his legs trembling, and faced his tormentor.
Leave me alone.
Why should I? You are nothing without me. I am your pain, your fear, your despair.
That's where you're wrong. I am not my fear. I am not my pain. I am stronger than you. And with that, something shifted. The room seemed to brighten slightly, as if a sliver of light had pierced through the oppressive darkness. Ethan felt a surge of energy, a glimmer of hope igniting within him. The shadow recoiled, hissing like a creature in pain.
You can't defeat me. I am a part of you.
No, you are not.
Section 7, fading away. You are not real. You are just a figment of my imagination, a manifestation of my fear. And I am not afraid of you anymore. I am not afraid of you anymore. I have faced my demon, my fear, and I have won. 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 Section 8, the note.
The next morning, Ethan's parents found his room empty. His bed was made, his belongings neatly arranged, as if he had simply vanished into thin air.
On his desk, next to a framed photograph of him as a child, smiling brightly, they found a note. It was written in Ethan's handwriting, neat and controlled, a stark contrast to the turmoil that had consumed him for so long.
His mother picked it up with trembling hands, her heart heavy with a dread she couldn't explain.
Mum, Dad, the note began, the words etched in black ink on the white paper. I'm so sorry for the pain I've caused. I know I haven't been myself lately. The darkness, it had a hold of me, but I'm free now. I found a way out. Please don't look for me. I'm where I need to be.
The words were filled with a sense of peace, a finality that sent chills down his mother's spine. She clutched the note to her chest, tears streaming down her face as the weight of her son's words crashed down upon her.
Ethan had vanished. He had stepped out of his life, out of his reality, leaving behind only a cryptic note and a void that seemed to swallow the light.
We searched for him, clinging to the desperate hope that he was still out there, somewhere in the shadows.
But deep down we felt the creeping dread.
Ethan was gone, lost to a place we couldn't fathom, a realm of darkness.
His room remained untouched, a shrine to the boy who had once sought refuge within its walls.
The silence there was different now, more sinister.
It was no longer the heavy, oppressive silence of despair.
It was a hollow silence, an echo of the void that Ethan had carried within him.
Some nights, when the moon hung low in the sky and the wind whispered through the trees, we thought we could still hear him.
A faint tapping, a soft sigh, a whisper of his name on the breeze.
But it was always fleeting, gone quickly as it came, leaving us to wonder if it had ever been real at all.
Ethan's story became a haunting reminder that sometimes the greatest battles are fought within the confines of our own minds.
And sometimes the only escape is to disappear into the abyss.
Please like and subscribe. Thank you.